But right now, let's bring back in our panel to weigh in. Everyone is still with us. Thank you very much. Stacy, I want to start with you and your response to Professor Dershowitz and what we were just hearing from him.
Well, first of all, I have to say it's so nice when I hear his commentary that he comes straight from where the law is. So he takes his cues from the Constitution and precedents that have been set by prior law that has been decided. He happens to be someone who is much more liberal than I am. But his opinions are rooted in what he sees in the Constitution. And because of that, we can trust him to sometimes come down hard on people on the right and sometimes come down hard on the people on the left, regardless of their political affiliation. He made some important distinctions there. And one I can't stress enough is that the president did not incite any violence. And he had actually said during his speech that he wanted people to be peaceful. So in light of that, if you just listen to what, the august professor there just said, Dr. Dershowitz, he has proven President Trump's innocence. And this case is a farce. But as long as we're paying attention to this, Heather, we don't have to pay attention to the disastrous policies being enacted by executive order by President Biden.
Yeah, it's very interesting, Joe, to think about what it is that we're not thinking about right now, because this is what we're covering. What do you think the point of this is? And I've asked this before, if Democrats already know that they don't have enough votes to convict, why are we going through this and putting the country through this?
It's a great question. If you don't mind, I have to do an aside and say I've had Alan Dershowitz on my show many times. And when he comes on, I like to just take notes, because when you ask Alan Dershowitz a question, he says, well, those 150 people are wrong. Next question. I love that. You just say, well, they're wrong. That's why. They're doing this not only as a distraction, but they truly, I think, are starting campaign ads for 4 years from now. They fear that Donald Trump is going to run again. They can't convict him. They don't have 2/3. They never will. You're not going to have 67 vote to convict the guy. And they really do fear him coming back and running in 4 years. So what they're doing now is they're putting together Jamie Raskin fake crying, Cicilline calling him President Trump, nothing he ever did before. He always just called him Trump or Donald Trump. And they're going to put this video together like they have this mishmash video from the Capitol in 4 years to say, here are the reasons why he shouldn't be the president again. Here's the reason why you should vote against Donald Trump. We have this proof from 4 years ago that 55 or 54 senators said he was guilty. That's what they're doing. They're setting up the next campaign ad. They know they have no chance of winning. They know it's a waste of time and money unless they can get political gain, which is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, Isabel, is that what they're trying to do?
Certainly it is. And what's really important here is the distinction that Professor Dershowitz was making with regard to the specific definitions of these legal terms like treason, bribery, high crimes and misdemeanors, incitement, insurrection. We've seemed to completely forget about the true definition of each of these words one by one, and instead just take them at face value with whatever the loudest voice on Capitol Hill is saying. This is a disturbing trend happening across the board in the political spectrum, not just in this impeachment trial, but in every aspect of American life coming from the political left. And the American people need to wake up and start paying attention.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if this causes them to wake up. Everyone stand by, because we have much more to talk about today, including how the fake news and social media are reacting to today's events at the impeachment trial. More of American Agenda after this.